Today we're going to be discussing a decision-making strategy. Now this right here is Jimmy. Jimmy plays basketball, and for the past couple of years he's been asking himself whether or not he should quit basketball or he should continue to play basketball. Now, Jimmy is currently in the present moment. His mind is focused on what is immediately in front of him. Now, he sparks the urge to actually want to make a decision. Now, what he could do in order to make his strategy or to make his decision is to think about what's immediately affecting him in that moment. Now, this typically isn't very wise, and most people don't do this. What Jimmy is going to do, and what most people do, is zoom out of his immediate situation. And Jimmy is now going to overlook his entire career with basketball and his entire future or potential with basketball. Now, what this does is this gathers more information, which is essentially just more data to make a more educated or informed decision. This is by far one of the best strategies into making a decision. Most people should do this, and you guys should definitely do it too. Now, something I don't hear nearly anybody talk about is actually the dangers of zooming out and when not to do it. Here is the same exact time graph, but we can actually see which times in basketball he didn't enjoy it, which times in basketball he did enjoy it, and some other miscellaneous times he had during basketball. Now, here are the dangers of zooming out when you are emotional. Let's say Jimmy just lost his very last basketball game of the season, and if he decides to keep playing, he won't even play again until another 6 months from now. So as you would imagine, he's pretty upset. I would be too. Now, what Jimmy decides to do in this moment is he says, I want to make a decision whether to play basketball next season or to quit basketball right now. Again, here's the problem, is that he's really upset. So when Jimmy decides to use the zooming out method, he looks into his past with basketball, and he's going to subconsciously highlight every single negative moment he had with basketball. The emotion that he is feeling at that current moment is going to highlight and attract all the other times he felt that exact feeling. Now, what this does is this creates a bias in his decision-making process, which leads to an uneducated decision. Now, this doesn't just happen when he's in a bad mood. This happens when he's in a good mood. And I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You ever been motivated at 3 a.m. and decide to change your entire life around in that moment? And you start doing some push-ups. Next day you wake up, you do some more push-ups, maybe eat some egg whites. Those are gross. And after that, then what? Your habits don't continue. And why is that? That's because you made a biased decision. You were very motivated at 3 a.m. the night before. You looked in your past, you said, hey, I've had egg whites before. I can do that every single day. Hey, I ran a mile once, but, I can do that. I lost a couple pounds last year. I can do that. But look, that's only part of who you are and what has happened to you. When you're in a specific mood and you use the zooming out method to make a decision, you are uneducating yourself because you are blowing up or exaggerating small parts of the truth or of the story of what happened to you. So remember this when you are making a decision and using the zoom out method. Just let the emotions pass. Be motivated at 3 a.m. Honestly, best thing you can do at 3 a.m. is probably go to sleep, realistically. But sure, enjoy it. Let's say Jimmy won the basketball game. Let him be in a good mood. Jimmy lost the basketball game. Let him be in a bad mood. Moods are okay. Let them pass. And then once you become more stable or more level-headed and you're not thinking with your emotion, you're thinking with more logic, definitely use the zoom out method. That way you can read all of the data as it is rather than with a bias. Thank you.